everybody. Look at me now. We're starting again.
Wait, we started before?
What? Huh? Oh, God, no. I don't want to jump timelines again. I'm so tired.
Oh, God.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to what I'm going to deem the Fallen Empires recap, because I missed the last, couple episodes. More than a couple. So I want that validation. I want that, what were you doing?
Starting the music.
Oh, what were we doing?
No, what were you doing last time on Fallen Empires?
Last time on Fallen Empires. God, we almost had a TPK last session, actually.
Almost had it. But that's neither here nor there.
No, we have to go back to the beginning. Many years ago, Malifane Lythos was born.
Long ago, when the... Wait, hang on, I need the script for this. In the meantime, introduce everyone.
Hi, everybody. Guess who's here? It's me, Bro Dingles, who is never here on Monday. I'm hosting the stream. Next comes one Creeps.
Man, fuck them bees.
Fuck them bees.
Fuck them bees.
And then we have one Scott.
Please don't fuck them bees, we're trying to kill them, not make
fuck them bees!
I'm pretty sure you can kill a bee if you fuck it.
I'd rather not.
I'm just saying it's death by snoo. I'm just saying.
Well, actually, there have been many a bee movie fanfic that has followed that theme.
Death by snoo?
Yes!
Amazing. Can somebody give me an actual reference of Malifane Lythos? Or just everyone? Can somebody give me...
Okay, so there's no full body reference of Raxadal. That's a work in progress, but I will
Can I have the one that you do? I won't... I'll
send you a couple. Because there's one that's kind of full body, but isn't... It's an old one.
I see. I'm making myself slightly louder for the chat, by the way, so sorry if that gets too loud for you. You're gonna turn me down.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, right, my fans are still on. Everyone's gonna hear my fans. I'm about to make it go hot in here, because my fans are really
Oh my
loud.
god!
Oh, no.
Well, it makes no difference. Welcome back! Alright, where are you, Raxadal? Or should I say... Flaxaflal?
So anyways, we need to go back to before the beginning, and I think I know how I can narrate this. Long ago. Can you hear me?
I'm right,
yes.
I'm back. No air conditioned gang.
Long ago, when the pyramids were still young, the residents of Irion played a game of great and terrible power. But these wars erupted into a great power that threatened to destroy the entire continent, until a brave and powerful dragon locked the entirety of this place away, imprisoning it in the continent of Irion. Now, 5,000 years ago, a bunch of little shits have unlocked the secrets of Irion. They are infused with ancient and terrible weapons, for destiny has chosen them to defend the land of Irion from the return of the Dragotha, just as the brave warriors had 5,000 years ago.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
I realized I had this image just saved, so... Got everyone but Rax in there. Well, yeah, no, everyone but Rax is in here?
Yes, yeah. There's one more reference. It is a doll that my friend made of this Raxadal, which has a sword and shield.
Yeah.
Which is now out of date because he has a new sword.
Still. Thank you for these references.
Oh, you're welcome.
They're very pretty.
So,
you've been doing very well with your art recently.
It's true. It's very true. Why are these two etched out?
To who?
I was reading the copy pasta. Why are these two etched out?
They're not here anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
It's so that I mentally remember to do it. If you really want to know, it's genuinely there, so I mentally remember not to. Alright.
That's fair.
So, I'm gonna recount this from the wedding, because the wedding was a trip. So, we'll take turns recounting Scott. So basically what happened is Quintessa was gonna go away and go to the Feywild to rescue Escal. And I never told Scott I was gonna do this, I just did it on the get-go. She asked Malifane, can we get married before I leave in case anything happens to me? So at least we've had the experience and we can say we did it. So then we had to the next section was us running around and like planning the wedding on the fly. So Quintessa asked around to see if she could find a dress, and Scam eventually just said, hey, I'll make it for you. And I think he ended up rolling in that 20 to make it. And then she went to Annabelle and asked, can you be like my maid of honor? And Annabelle replied with, we've had a grand total of one conversation. And I'm like, yeah, but please. And she's like, okay, I'll do it. And then what did Malifane do? He just went around.
Oh God,
Yeah, go
on. I believe he spoke with Corellian, and they had this giant apology with one another. And because Corellian has like this huge soft spot for marriage because of his thing with his wife, he ended up getting, you know, just real soft with it. And he's like, and they're like, okay, I will help you. And Mal's like, really? Thank you. He's like, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. So Mal went to get roses for the whole thing, and then Corellian went to go invite folks on Malifane's behalf. I don't remember the exactly what happened. I believe Corellian did some stuff with Scam. I don't know. I know Corellian went to ask a few folks for attendance, but I don't remember exact details.
Oh yeah, we asked a bunch of people and they were like, we don't know you.
Right, no, I remember getting that recounted, as in it was just like a, who? And it's like, oh yeah, like, you guys you two hadn't spoken to the NPCs as much.
We're not social creatures.
No. It's like, that's actually part of the reason why I switched characters, because Alex tried so hard to get Quintessa to engage in any NPCs, and it was just like, oh, but she just wouldn't, and I kind of hate that.
But yeah, I believe that after that, I believe the next session was the wedding.
Nope, I think it was the same session, like right at the end.
Sure?
I think because we did it in like the last hour, I think.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Because Scam walked Quintessa down the aisle during that. So
Yeah.
It was at sundown.
Quintessa lifted him down the aisle.
Yeah, it was at sundown because they wanted to try and make it happen as soon as they could because
She was going the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they went to the lake and sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Went to the lake. He walked him down the aisle. It was the Momo who was officiating. And the two of us had agreed, like, beforehand, let's write some vows. And we didn't share the vows with each other, we said them on the thing. Scott's made me cry. So you can tell, like, when Quintessa's reading her vows, I'm just like...
It was a good time, for the most part.
Yeah, because the thing, that's been my favourite, D&D wedding. I've had 3 D&D weddings. The first was with my very first character. It was basically like a sort of one-shot session. It was like a Christmas special one-shot thing, where she was marrying her dragonborn husband, Nemesis Kriv. And it was the same thing, like, I'd written this whole, like, paragraph thing, but because Nemesis is so sort of, like, antisocial and stiff, he just had, like, one tiny paragraph. And then afterwards, like, the guy who was playing him was like, oh, should I have written more? And I'm like, no, that's him, that's perfect. So we did that, and that was cute. And then the second one was a Vegas-style wedding where I just asked one of my fellow players, like, hey, should we just get married because we can use ceremony and get a boost in the final boss battle? And then like, the later game basically explained that as soon as we finished the boss battle, her husband got on a ship and she never saw him again.
Oh, God.
Not to interrupt, but I just gotta say that this is one of my two favorite player themes, the second being Momo's. I just gotta throw that out there.
Okay.
Anyway,
Which one is
I
this
haven't
again?
heard of this.
This is Thavagat's theme.
Oh, yeah. Gladiator?
Yeah, that's the one.
I haven't heard most of it.
It's so good. Listen to it when you get a chance on your own.
Mm-hmm. So, we did the wedding, it was cute, and then Scam was like, surprise! And he had a cannon of flowers, and he shot them. And then Alex rolled the d4, because what happened is that he shot them and it made... I don't know if it was Mal and Quinn or just Quinn, but they both fell into the lake.
It was both of them.
Yeah, it was both. They fell into the lake, and then Alex rolled on a table, and he told me that the worst case scenario is that someone would appear and kidnap someone. We ended up rolling the best one, which was bees attacked us.
Bees. Yep.
And I think this is like right after the bee fic had been revealed. So I thought he was doing it like genuinely to take the piss.
God. And then, this was also kind of... So this wedding was also around the time, or just after Mal had finally picked up the Magic Initiate feat, which was... Because he found... towards the beginning of the campaign, he found a book which belonged to Solana's grandmother, which she was like, she's dead, I don't need it anymore, take it, fucking take it, whatever. And despite it being waterlogged, through the power of plot convenience, it ended up having some use. But anyways, I decided that Mal ended up having this cute little brooch, which was like a blue and white face spider, which wasn't a brooch, it was a face spider, it was a familiar, which is a surprise tool that will help us for later. Haha. But yeah, they basically the wedding went off mostly without a hitch, except for fucking bees, because of course. And they just ended up just going off to, I don't know, get drinks or something. I don't fucking know. Can I just say, huge missed opportunity for Momo to have cast. What was it? What's the spell called? Ceremony.
The one where
Totally
you
could've
can, in
used
fact, yeah.
That was like the perfect opportunity to use that.
Queen, does Rex have any casual clothes?
Technically, yes.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
asking because
the
I'm
only
about to be bastard on main, but like...
Yeah, I can, I'll share it in his original canon thing, because I did draw them. They're very Tudor-esque.
Thank you.
I need to remember what they are.
Let's see. What happened? I'm trying to remember what happened before side beat. Just so we know what to dance around. Or
Well,
when
they had a night together, and then the next day was her... Oh, he gave her Anuki the spider.
Well, he technically didn't give it to her. He like secretly planted it on her and told Anuki, watch over her, basically. What are your thoughts on this, Juno?
I don't know, Scott. I didn't catch any of what you said. What were you
I
saying?
know.
So let's
How
go
are
over
you?
the wedding again. Oh, sorry.
Bees the wedding. How are you, Juno?
Weird.
Are the bees getting married?
We're talking about how bees attack Mal and Quintessa's wedding.
Ah,
This is a beautiful wedding song.
the bees hate you. We are bees. We hate you.
Rex is having fun
Oh.
watching the rest of the party bully Malafane.
God.
I just felt
This-
like this was correct.
No, you're right.
I even edited the original Draw the Squad because I was like, no.
You're getting married. We hate that because we are the bees.
Can I go off for a hot moment just before
Sure.
we continue?
Yeah,
I
go on.
feel like a lot during the first half of Fallen Empires, I was definitely going through a bit of a thing. I don't know if I'd call it a phase or whatever, but a lot of the stuff that Malifane was going through, I'm not going to say none of it was his fault, but I'm going to say that it's like, because of my horrible communication skills, a lot of it was just because he failed to communicate something, and other people took it the wrong way, and then everything went to shit. I'm just gonna... Moving on.
No, I felt that was the same with Quintessa as well, because the problem is that when I make an intelligent character, I then realize, oh, I'm not very intelligent, so I can't really talk as them.
Imagine people with social disabilities making intelligent speaking characters.
Built different.
Let us
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah?
No, most of my characters I very pointedly say are not intelligent people, but they're very good at, like, getting around it, if that makes any sense. Like, Junior's not, very particularly is not, but, like, Tennille is, Pental Hunkar. Like, they're more like, they're all intelligent characters, and I only say this because other people tell me that they read them as intelligent. But they are, when it comes to communication, they all communicate differently.
Yeah.
Like, Junior has a very specific way about talking about things. It took me a while to realize he can't explain something without making it a metaphor, which, like...
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, really. It's like, God, yeah. And with Tennille, he just talks himself through something out loud. And will outright say, I will not remember this, please write it down.
What about you, Juno? Do you have struggles like that with characters?
Yes. Will I elaborate? No, I can't think of any particular instances right now.
Fair enough.
Oh, do you want to know a fun fact really quickly?
Sure.
I didn't know kobolds were
valid.
reptilian for
Yeah,
a
I
long
feel
time.
like I had a bugbear sorcerer called Guthrie who was like a scholar, so I really struggled to play as him. Well, I didn't struggle to play as him, but like in terms of the intelligence and stuff, it's like I know somebody could have played him better. But this is a big shrug.
Yeah.
But yeah, after the wedding, they went to sleep, woke up, Spider snuck, and then she left. Oh wait, she employed a halfling, who I later found out was horribly underleveled.
Whoops.
But yeah, she left. She went to the woods per se, where the portal to the Feywild was said to be, and she got captured by the weird tree lady who I can never remember her name. Sarada, yeah. So she got captured by her. She got taken to the elves, and they were basically like, "Yeah, you're a war criminal." And Quintessa's like, "True, but could you let me off just this once?" And they said, "Okay, we will, on the condition that when you go back, our elves are attacking. Tell your group to stand down." And she was like, "Fine." So she went, and then all that happened. But back at the place, not only did the elves suddenly surround the place, but the Minotaurs appeared, like these Minotaur fleet ships appeared out of nowhere and surrounded like the sea. So we were stuck.
Oh, also, she got a skull, but also she had to split her heart in two, which was fun.
Yeah.
Just thought we might as well bring that part. Just thought we might as well add that bit in there.
Yeah, because I can't remember which. I think it was the witches, like, or some character
hags,
asked.
yeah.
The hags asked Quintessa, "What is Escal to you?" And Quintessa said, "He's the other half of me." So they basically said, "You give the other half of you," and that counted as a heart. So again, another reason why, because Raxadal was supposed to be a temporary character. I was supposed to do all the stuff with the Minotaurs and all that, and then Quintessa would come back and I'd play as her. But then I was told that because she only had half a heart, she'd have disadvantage on Constitution checks.
And we were like, yeah, screw that.
And then I reasoned in the end she'd just stay with Escal, because she'd feel really tight leaving him by himself.
Realistically, just a fighter with disadvantage on con saves is not good.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, so we were up against both the elves and the minotaurs. We tried, like, figuring out what exactly was going on with them. We had, like, a bit of a stealth mission. And, well, okay, so first things first. We, like, the elves came up to us, and we tried, well, no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, you're fine.
So we tried to parlay with the elves, and I believe what happened was that they wanted us to disband our army, and we said, well, the minotaurs are here. We can't exactly do that until they've been taken care of. So, we kind of, worked on something happened there. I can't remember exactly what. And then Raxidal showed up, and Momo and him were trying to recruit some allies as best as they could. We recruited some of the house lords. I believe Ishka. I think all of the house lords, actually, now that I think about it. So Ishka.
Sorry, I love how you just say Raxidal showed up. He was just like, sup.
I admittedly don't remember how he came over.
So what had happened is he'd heard about the war in Irion, and a month prior to all this happening, he'd set out on a ship to get to Irion. Then Iron Bull and his fleet attacked the ship and sunk it, and Raxidal was the only survivor that he knows of. He managed to swim to shore. I'm going to assume he found himself in Port Mirandu, recuperated there, and then he heard that everything was being built up at Baton Hall, so he went to Baton Hall, found out that the elves were attacking, found out the minotaurs were attacking, went to this random group, I think he went to, I can't remember which, I think he went to Burr, or just this random group of people, and just shouted saying, so, none of you have anything in control here. What the hell is going on? They're just like, man, we don't know. And that's where Momo found you.
Right. Yeah. So we recruited a couple folks. I believe we spoke with Jennifer, one of the house lords, and she was saying how there are a bunch of innocents here. She wanted to protect them because she can't let them fall at the hands of any of the armies. So she joined us. I know that for Kaelin and Nibbles, the two wizards, or the wizard and the familiar rather, they were in the Arcanist lab. I believe they were making a folding boat at the time, which we were planning on using. I don't think they were out. They were assisting us in the fight itself, but they were, yeah. There was Rihanna. She was willing to do scouting for us, I believe. I don't remember too many of the others, but there were a couple allies that were helping us.
Yeah. Oh, I think Scam and Corellian then went to the elves and said, hey, can we deal with this Minotaur problem first before we fight you guys? And the elves were like, yeah, that's cool. So we fought the Minotaurs, and well, it wasn't just Minotaurs, it was like these other people, creatures, whatever, as well. And then we sent who's fish lady? I forgot her name. Ari. I think we sent Ari, and they captured Ari, so we had to rescue her as well. But we sorted all of that. But I think they managed to sound an alarm to send more people out. So we were just like, okay, well, we can wait for that. Let's go deal with the elves. So we fought with the elves, which was the whole tactic roleplay thing with the armies and stuff. And then we got word that in another area, the plague people were trying to poison our food supply.
Yeah, the plague lords, that's right.
The plague lords.
I remember that.
So we went to fight them, and that's where the TPK happened.
It's one of many no, sorry. I've heard there's been multiple.
There's been 1.5. I say half because we almost had one. It didn't happen, but we almost had one. That was fun. I believe it was the daughter of... I'm blanking out on her name. I just call her Femme Cabal. But, But yeah, what ended up happening is we nearly had a TPK, and if it weren't for Annabelle, God bless her, who basically saved us with fucking Frankenstein powers, let's be honest, we would have died. We did have resurrection sickness, and if we didn't take care of that, then we would have been double dead, but we fixed that, so it's cool.
We took. I think it was like we had to get a raised dead spell because what Annabelle done would only last us 10 days. So we ended up taking out a massive loan just to pay for it.
Oh, I think I
So-
heard that part. I think I was
Yeah,
listening
so-
in on that, but I didn't fully comprehend what had happened, so thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, we're in like really bad debt now. But you know, maybe killing Rancol will clear that. You never know.
I don't know.
But
Um,
yeah, it was a really big. They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie, thing because, you know, Alex played the sad music. Alex, he was like, you know, you're dead. You've passed on to the next life. And then he switched to the title screen, and he let it simmer. I think for about a good 5 or so minutes before he said, "No, Annabelle just brought you back." But yeah, unfortunately, it was the thing is like the play calls could keep healing themselves, which is why we were really struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as like Rax's blink wore off, then he was like decimated in one turn, basically, which sucked. But yeah, we were fine. Scam and Corellian got some cool face scars from like their faces being stapled together. But our
neat.
food supply was screwed. Yeah.
I'll be real with you, that fight fucked me over. Not even because of, like, how it happened, but more of what happened. I'm not gonna go into details because it's more personal stuff, but, like, God, the contagion spell is really disturbing to me. Let's leave it at that. I don't like the contagion spell.
Me no likey.
No one used the contagion spell around me. No one used the contagion spell around me.
Yep. And now I shall look in the OneDrive because I can't remember what happened after that.
I remember vaguely what happened. But basically Annabelle kind of gave us a status report that Plague Lords, after they killed us, had continued, you know, messing with our crops, and they poisoned our food.
They poisoned your crops, laid waste to your houses, etc., etc.
Yeah. They poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague onto our houses.
Yeah.
Which, now that I say that out loud, isn't too far from the real truth.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
God. But yeah, they took over our tower. The food is poisoned. People are not doing too well. They took control of a lot of our farms and just sources. So we decided it was best that we just. Ugh. Sorry, I had to swallow. It was best that we just kind of surrender and make way for Rankol's lairs the sooner that we could. It wasn't really the easiest decision. I think there was a conversation between Braxidal and Mel between them that kind of was like, you know, what are we going to do about this now?
That's one of my favorite ones we had because it was. That was when Raxidal. He already said he'd had kids, but that was when he like first showed the locket that had his kids in. Because then they had that conversation of like, Daddy's always come home, and this just reminded me that I'm not invincible.
Yeah.
Word of advice, Malifay, never have children. Because being a father is good until you die.
Welp. But we were about to make good on that plan, and then there was a shadow above us, and then it got really hot. Wait, why is it so hot? It's the middle of winter. What's that sound? Why is there a roar? Where's that roar coming from? Oh fuck, there's a dragon.
Oh, he
fuck,
was
there's a
right after
dragon.
that.
What was that?
No, I thought Dragoffa came later, but no, he's right there.
Yeah, right here. He's come to steal our girl. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes.
That was
What?
cool, because that was when everyone just showed up. Like,
Yeah.
Prince Ordan showed up.
My husband.
Yeah, we
And,
had reinforcements coming in during the siege, but it wasn't like any of the leaders of the nations leaders. It was like from, I think, the humans from Port Mirandu and maybe one other that I'm blanking out on. But yeah, we went to go take out Dragatha, and we were doing pretty poorly, and then reinforcements came in, and we were doing pretty well, and then more reinforcements came in, and we were doing even better, and we fucked up Dragatha, and that was...
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry. Momo looks like Howard the Duck.
I'm editing him. I'm making him better.
That Dragatha fight was the most fun in this campaign for me so far.
Also, can I just say what you will about Lady Famar, but I love this music.
God, it's good music. This is one of my this is like my favorite IR soundtrack. Actually, I just rarely listen to it. Like structurally speaking, it's incredibly sound, and like when it comes to the whole sound, when it comes to soundtrack as a whole, like the DIMP soundtrack has like a lot of the songs are really good on the DIMP soundtrack, but this one's the most consistently blows me away. Like every song does, and I get that like with DMP there you have like more amateur musicians. Like you have some people that grew into themselves, some people that have been doing it, some are more amateur. But like Walrus and JoJo really knocked it out of the park on this whole while I was listening to it, putting the soundtrack together. I loved every song. I wished I could have listened to every song in full at that point, because like I couldn't. I had like a certain amount of time to master the thing, but still, like, Jesus.
Hey, Walrus, if you're watching this, and I know you're not, can you come back to compose a few tracks for Act 2 and 3? Just a couple, please. Thank you.
Press his fingers together, please.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would straight up, like, we'd have to commission him now, but I would straight up commission Walrus for more music.
God, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what happened? Oh, so we defeated Dragatha. But he did a taunt, like, saying, I'll just come back. He says, like, how long did it take for history to repeat before Irion turned back to this? How long until I return again? So Corellian just came up and just goes, just stay fucking dead, and killed him.
I love Corellian so much.
And then he exploded.
But then we were like, shit, you right?
Yeah.
So we were like, okay guys, group huddle.
Yeah. So, we went back to Baton Rance, and the elves, were now like, okay, well, fuck this war, and they'd set up, like, clinics and stuff to help all the people who've been injured. And then Quintessa returned, and she had a wheelbarrow of books that she'd rescued from the library, because Dragatha had burned down half of Baton Rance. So, like a mad woman, she ran inside to save her books, and Eskel was in the wheelbarrow with a book covering his dick.
Yeah, I think it was Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Alex specified which book. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ooh, of one mind.
Dramatic piano.
Yeah.
So you were saying Juno, who I assume is still here? Sorry, you haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Sorry, I have a streamer mode on, so I do not know.
As one does. So what happened then is, because they realized that basically all the factions were there, that we're gonna have to have a big diplomacy talk. And Quintessa said to Mal, I'm not doing that, because I've caused enough trouble. Also, Kay Candlethumb is dead. Also, I'm missing half of my heart. Also, Eskel's fucked. Like, I really can't do this anymore. And Mal was like, yeah, I understand. Well, he was sad, but...
It's like, I get it.
Please also get him some fucking clothes. And he was like, bitch, I'm fabulous. And then we went into the foyer?
They're both correct, if I can remember.
Right. We went to the foyer of Baton Rance, and we had everyone air out their dirty laundry. A couple of folks weren't there at the time, I believe. I know, the Duke of Port Mirandu was there. I don't remember. I know Kailani was there because Mizuko was having a fight with someone. Ravanala, Prince Ordan, Captain Jimvic, Kila Kavila, please address acting blah, 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 blah. And everyone kind of aired out their grievances, and we took it as best as we could. One in particular, I believe, which made us go, oh, was Zordan's, because his was like, the elves kind of, after what happened with the elves, Sorry, I had the volume on the music up really highly, and that just kind of...
I'm glad I just turned it down, actually, on the stream's end, so they were spared.
But, Zordan was like, you fucked over my honor, something. So the only way I can restore my honor would be killing Ravanala, and you denied me that. And we were like, I see. And then, we took a recess to figure things out, but I believe one of the things that I think Scam brought up, but I'm not sure if I remember exactly, was that, well, technically, actually, it was Quintessa who denied your honor or something like that. I don't remember what. And he was like, bring me her. And we were like, fuck! And then Malcolm was like, fuck!
Can I take a guess here about, how that went? Because I think I got told that story... I remember that Corellian talked to him. But I think what ended up happening after that is that Quintessa got dragged in to the war room to speak. It ended up for the best. Zordan was like, fine, I'll do this thing, and then I get to fuck her up later, because if she's dead, then I can't fight her.
Yeah.
So basically,
I'm sorry, Scam just going, Quintessa did it! It's like, oh my god.
I'm not to blame for any of this. Quintessa, this is how my Scam sounds. I'm really sorry about this, but, she's the one who's to blame, not us.
Throwing her under the bus there, yikes.
Yeah. So, basically, the session ended. Scam went to Ravanala and said, hey, let's just try and work things out, make this better. And Ravanala agreed. Next session, they went to Quinn saying, hey, yeah, you need to talk. And I was just sat there fucking mortified, and I was like, okay. But we came up with this idea of, if Prince Ordan really wants to kill her, then why don't we use the clone scroll, transfer her soul over when it grows, and it will be fine. And I was just sat there like, I don't want to do that, but okay, if it's the only way. But then, that's the thing, is that then when Prince Ordan showed his intentions to what to do, Esgar was like, well, no, because if she dies, then I'll die.
Oh yeah, right.
Have our hearts.
That whole thing where Esgal's like, hey, but you don't have any beef with me, though.
Yeah.
And then he was like, God damn it, you're right, but that means I can't restore my honor. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck y'all.
And I think that's when Corellian talked to him.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And then...
Hey, baby, why you got hot sauce on your hair, cuz?
And then, basically, there was a big, massive, power unite sort of speech between all the characters, and Malphane rolled a 32 on investigation to write up a contract, and everyone agreed to it. So, by some goddamn miracle, which Alex did not see coming, we managed to convince every faction to make peace.
I love that, because, I heard you guys got that massive win, and I was like, good, they needed it. They needed it. Legendary.
This is why I love playing rogues. This is why I love playing rogues.
Yay.
I can't believe you just went from, rogue to lawyer there.
It's not about the damage you can deal, it's about being a fucking skill monkey.
God. Mal's class is actually lawyer.
Malphane voice.
Hey, what class are you? Rogue? But
Yes.
Yes. Hey, what class are you? Yes.
Lawyer!
My class is lawyer.
Your
Not the
argument is
rules kind.
invalid.
Your argument is
Okay.
invalid, and here's why.
Oh, here's why. Ugh, I love Momo.
I gave the wrong
just-
kind of beak, but
No, you're fine.
Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear.
But I believe we went to go to the library and we found some books on Yol Room, which is the city we were going to, and that was an underwater city which sank several hundred years ago or so. I believe I can't remember the exact details, but basically, long story short, the last leader that had control of the kingdom once upon a time was someone by the name of King Ranmar. We found the name of the architect. We theorized that there had been a battle that happened outside the city, and there was a potential that the domes had broke, and because of that, there was a flooding, and that was a possibility of why it fell as far down as it did. Momo tried finding the dagger, the sacrificial dagger that he had Thavagath hide, I believe. Everyone had a couple talks. Mal and Rax had one, Corellian and Scam had one.
Well, they had more than a talk.
I mean, trying to get to the deets of... Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it the talk where Rex was like, so, is your wife dating your brother?
About that.
so yes, but no.
So what do you
Well,
know
yes,
about
but actually,
trauma?
no.
What do you know about childhood trauma?
Oh my god.
God.
Yeah. It was very, like, relationship talky. So, like, Corellian and Scam had the thing of, like, you know, are we actually going to be a thing, or was this just a one-time thing? And they both realized that they both have their issues, they both clash a bit, and they're both really bad at talking, so they're like, well, let's just have one more thing before we die. And they did.
Hey, so that's
Hey.
just a little bit more blatant. A little bit. It's entirely more blatant now.
Yep.
I was like, it was there. I read what Atlas posts on AO3. No, I'm joking.
Trevlon screaming from inside the book.
God.
You just prop the book open so Treblon can watch.
No.
Oh, my eyes are ruined. Tear them out.
I really enjoy this drawing of Malifane. Sorry, I haven't drawn him in a really
Let me
long
look.
time. I used to draw him all the time.
That's
beautiful.
fair.
I used to
what
draw
else?
him and Corellian all the time. I still draw
Aw.
Corellian, but like that's because Corellian's like really fun to draw. It's the ears. It's the ears and snout.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and then we headed out, and we got attacked by a undead ship.
Mm.
As you know, ships can be undead.
Wait, the ship itself was undead?
No,
Oh,
a ship of the undead.
okay. Sorry, I'm not.
Well, it
smart.
was a pretty old ship, but still.
I don't
And
know anything
then,
about D&D.
It's okay.
and then we swim underwater. We all have the water breathing spell cast on us. We all swim down. We find these like pipes and these levers and all this, and we make our way in. But we find our way into like this sewer system, and we find these runes on the walls, and we realize that the runes are like, you know, entwined with magic because we suddenly stop breathing, and when we get it back, we're told that our water breathing has gone from however long it was down to an hour. So we've got to find a way out of here in an hour.
And even if we tried recasting it over and over, it would just, you know, continue its onslaught, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means actually. So
It would continue decreasing and decreasing its time until...
I see.
We die.
Oh, okay. For some reason, the Sonic the Hedgehog thing made it make more sense. I'm sorry.
That's
And then,
basically what water breathing is.
Mm.
Okay, sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. So then we go through the sewers. There's a load of chambers, and we get Ari to help us. Oh yeah, our crew's here as well. We have our backup things, but we can only have like one helping us at a time. So we got Ari, and we're like, Ari, swim and help us find a way out of here. So we done fucked and split the party.
Yeah.
You know, the one rule of D&D you should always follow: never split the party.
So, it was Corelli, Ari, and Scam. They went west and they found this like clockwork orb with all these appendages. It was basically like, think all the robot things in Breath of the Wild, but underwater. It was kind of like that. Yeah. And then it was Malphane, Raxamomo went north, and we found this woman who looked like she was drowning. And then Rax went to help her, and she trapped him, kissed him, and sapped. Yeah, his strength went from 20 to 10.
And for reference, if any of your stats go to 0, you die. It's basically so imagine like there was a Reddit post that explained this really well, but basically try to imagine like 20 is like you are the biggest bodybuilder in the fucking world, like you can lift anything, you can lift skyscrapers, or so that, well, not literally, you know what I mean, like you.
But 0 is like you are dead frail.
You
like,
have no muscle mass at all.
You
period.
are skeleton.
You're a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having having a 0 in intelligence, meaning you're brain dead. Having a 0 in charisma, you get the idea.
Yeah, I got you. That's why 10 is base, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then after we fought her, we found this storage room, and there was a few things in there, but one of them was these 2 steel rods with buttons, and we just started that if we pressed the button, the steel rod would expand and just stay in place, and you couldn't like break it or anything. So then we find this door, which is locked by this like gate. Find these chains that we can pull up, and I go, well, what if we pull the chains and then put the rod in the chain, and that will stop the door from falling, which I thought was what we had to do. And then Alex was like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. And I'm like, wait, were we supposed to keep these? What? I was like, I overthought it, because I thought it was like a big puzzle thing, but no, it just worked. I don't know whether we did that in the sense of like, we thought we had to pull the thing up and then put the rods underneath the door, as opposed to in the chain. But either way, it worked. And then, what else happened? Past some organ pipe and coral, massive shark tube bite taken out of it. Grate opens. Oh, and then a shark appears, and we fought a shark.
Yeah, we killed Jaws, basically.
We killed Jaws. God. And then, after that was done, we found our way to the city of your room, which is our base now.
We made friends with a flump, which is basically a friend-shaped jellyfish with eye stalks.
He's my best friend. I love him.
We talked to him, and he... Yep, go on.
Sorry, there's a flump model in my local game store, and I'm just like, oh, please let me buy it.
I'll share a picture of the flump, or a flump, rather. Because they look strange, but they're quite cute. You know, for D&D context. There we go.
Looks like a spore creature.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh my!
Fish with eye stalks.
Pat.
You can make that in spore.
Yeah.
And then Flump told us about the districts that are around us, and everything's mostly abandoned, but a Githyanki who we'd met had come through here and got beaten to death, so things are not very good out there.
Yankee, the best way I could describe
no, you don't have to go that far, but like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was around when the Githyanki ship showed up.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I watched the Joe Cat and Cammy Cat videos on the races.
Okay.
So, Scott, I was there when you edited.
Right. Okay, so you know races.
I know
You
races, yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So there are 6 roads that lead to other districts. One is blocked, so we need to that's going to Castle Yorun, which means we need to sort out the other ones first. So the first one we decided to go to after investigating is the Market District.
I wasn't here for this part. You'll have to explain this.
Oh, okay. So basically, we found out sort of what's where. And I can't describe it that well, but basically in the Market District, I think it was those weird little robot things. I'm blanking.
It's okay.
I'm just trying to read through the things. But yeah, it's basically like in each of these districts there's like a boss, but there's a summoning bell as well. If we ring the summoning bell, that will affect the area we're in some way, technically negatively, and then a load of things will come attacking us. But Alex has said that if we sort them there, they will not appear later. So I think we've rung the bell in every area we've been in. I think.
I wouldn't know.
Well, we've been in 3 areas, haven't we? Has it been 3 or 2?
3 now, I believe.
3 now. Okay, so Solana comes with us. Purine Bell. Okay.
No.
Okay, so we don't ring the bell yet.
Wait, was the Market District where Jedigar was?
No, Jadagar was in the. Maybe what was he? He was in the slums, wasn't he?
Then in that case, yes, 3.
Okay. I can't even remember it. It's been so long.
Let's say 2 to 3.
Yeah, well, basically, the marketplace had a load of puzzles first. And one of them was like, stow your weapons and magic, we'll have none of that here. So, what I did was like, well, I, as a arcane knight, have this thing called weapon bond. So I can, like, summon my weapon if it's on the same plane, so I could just leave it and then summon it later, which I did. And then someone did the big brain play of, well, why don't we just put it in the bag of holding? Because then technically they're not here. So we did that. So we got past the security, we got into the market. Yeah, and then those clockwork orbs that we found under the water, they were there. So I think we fought them. Yeah, we fought them, one escaped, we carried on, we hid in this house, and we all, like, sort of... Braxtar was, like, asking everyone, well, why are you all here? Like, what are your stories? So we had, like, the nice little background reveal, and then we went to this... we went to this, like, blacksmith anvil place, and there was an Ifrit there, and he's like, you know, I'm trapped here, and the only way I can get out is if my contract is destroyed. And we were just like, oh, we'll go find it for you. And Momo cast locate object, and it was literally right next to it.
Well,
Man.
So basically,
Sorry.
it was kind of like that. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I just realized I could, in fact, be a full-out bastard and just put everybody in modern clothes, because I find that funny. Please, just so I don't keep having to scroll back and forth, you know?
No, that's fair. Also,
I'm giving a Curly in a
Curly.
t-shirt. I'm giving Curly in a t-shirt.
hell yeah.
Oh, he'd look cute in a t-shirt. So, basically, it was a kind of insult to injury thing that the person who trapped him had, like, put a curse on him so we couldn't see the contract or, like, sense it. But it was literally right next to him. But we found it, we destroyed it, and he said, his name is, what was it? Pasha Menel Simoz Ubahem Isad. Who we call him Pasha. And it basically says if you need anything reforged or made magic or just strengthened, or like if you find a big weapon you want it to be smaller, come to me and my services are there. So that's where that session ended.
Just ask him to make crescent blade magic. Shit. Now I know what to use my money for.
Jadica was here. I'm dumb.
Okay, so it's been 2 then.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Rex has the survivor card. I didn't know that anyway.
You still have that. It's a surprise tool that will help us for later.
Okay, remind me of that next time because I forgot.
Hey, remember that time I had the dance card that I had for like 2 fucking years and then finally used it?
Yeah.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Later.
So we go to get the key we need to get to the castle. We decide, just so we can bring the allies out, we go back and use the summoning bell, and we go fight them. We fight a bunch of minotaurs, and he initiates combat with a massive fucking crit, of course he does. And then we get to the Eastern Gatehouse. We see this Illithid with dark skin, and I think that was intended to be a boss, but Corelli managed to talk his way out of it. And Quilladar, who was the name of it, just said, "Oh, Iron King took the key, so you got to go fight him." And we went and fought him, and that was probably the worst fight we've ever done.
I don't know. No. I don't know, Queen. I mean, the last fight we had was pretty fucking dumb.
Well, not the worst fight in the sense it was like, you know, we almost died. The worst fight in the sense of it was a puzzle-based fight. So barely anything could harm him. Like, he would constantly take half damage. He had a load of resistances. He had a load of immunities. And it took us a while to kind of... Well, it didn't take us a while, but, like, it was a bit slower when we started out, like, doing the puzzles and stuff. So we'd have to go to these different rooms and pull a switch, and he'd have to be in a certain part of the room, and it would zap him, or, like, break his armor.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed that fight because it was puzzle-based. There was a similar fight in Act 1. I can't remember exactly. It was in the mines, I remember. And I believe we had to throw bombs at him, at the enemy. I can't remember who it was. We had to throw bombs at it. And it was just fun to, like, explore, you know, the ways to exploit the weaknesses in the enemy and use those abilities to, you know, get through to the boss. I thought that was fun, personally.
Yeah.
You know what that fight sounds like? GLaDOS.
Yeah.
GLaDOS fight.
Yeah. I think it's, like, a good concept, but for me, when I'm under pressure and I have a character who I realize can't do much against an enemy, wound up isn't the right term, but you know what I mean? It's like, I don't feel I'm contributing that much.
I getcha.
Yeah, certain strokes for certain folks, you know?
Exactly. But,
like, I'll say this, like, having... Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Like, in the case of, like, me, playing a rogue, having a dash as a bonus action, where I can, you know, move at twice my speed, and having a terrain effect, where if you move 40 feet in one turn, if you fail a wisdom save, you get teleported to a random spot on the map. Being able to kind of exploit that to my advantage, so it's like, where have I not explored on the map yet? This, well, one way to find out. That was kind of fun for me.
That was
like,
really good, actually.
Yeah, exploiting that to my advantage so I could find where the traps were, you know?
Yeah. So we ended in the middle of that fight, and then the next one went well, I'd say it went a lot better, but Malifane drew the unicorn, so Corellian was a 1 HP and swapped health with Solana, and then Jazakar mind-controlled Raxadal and taunted him about the fact that all of his friends had died and all this on the ship that Jazakar had sunk, so Raxadal, who was very angry, then stabs Solana.
Remember, kids, Minotaurs know how to mind control.
Yeah. It was like more of a anger to the point of, like, you know, pushing to do what you want sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, Momo did the killing blow, and then drew the Devil's Lantern, which meant that Mr. Fox appeared and took the key.
Well, first, well, no, you're right. He took the key and he was like, "Hey, you want this back? Yeah. Drink this first." Okay, I have the key. By the way, what are your allergies? Oh, no, why? Oh, no reason. Later. I don't know why I gave him that voice.
It's a good
But, we got back, and we found out that the thing he forced told Momo to drink...
Oh, that's what I heard. Okay, yeah. Momo drank thing, and then it's like, so you drank a random... by an asshole that you just drank it?
Lost blood.
I made you drink my bodily fluids.
Get fucked.
Good.
We
God,
regulations
You're
this
right.
drinking
Let's-
Oh, I
fast.
think we just started over, which means that I think
We're only like an hour or so in.
no, I think the music started over.
Yeah, I put it on again.
Ah, okay, thank you.
But
Yeah.
since Mal has alchemist supplies, he was like, "Hey, so this is a thing that can happen. If there is another chance that we find any other things that can happen like this, may I come to you for this?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay." So, so that was a thing. And then we decided we were going to go to the slums next.
Yeah.
Did I
Well,
miss
they had
anything
some talks
beforehand?
before that.
Can you remind me of that?
So we took Jessica's armor and the hammer back to the base, and we took it to Scam to see if he could get anything out of it. And then Momo and Corellian were having a talk, saying like, you know, Momo was worried that like he wasn't, you know, putting his powers to good use and stuff like that. And Corellian was saying, "Listen, you're an asset to the team, and it's your intentions that are what matter," which is the good bit. And then Raxadal went to Flumph, and he took his mask off for the first time. And basically, the whole weight of the fact he'd lost a load of his friends on that ship had sunk in. And he said, "I think it's my fault because, you know, I was the one who organized that ship. You know, they chose to come on, but I was the one. If I hadn't set out, none of that would have happened." And Flump just went, "Why do you want to torture yourself like that? You didn't make them go on that ship. They chose to." And then he says, "Well, it's true, but just look at me. I can't show the others what I look like. What would they think of me?" And Flump goes, "Well, they think you're human." So Rex was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep because I'm tired."
Yeah.
Because the thing is with Rex is that the reason he wears the mask,
Then I should probably
he has
put back on. I'm sorry.
no, it's alright. But basically, he's got really, really crap eyesight. And in his casual gear, he normally wears glasses.
Ah,
But
then I will do
when
that.
he's on the go for it. But when he's on the battlefield, he will wear the mask because it's Eyes of the Eagle, and it gives him advantage on perception checks. So there's that. But he also does it in the sense that because he's a single dad and is stressed about his work, stressed about his kids, it shows, like, you can kind of tell he's tired. So it's sort of there as well to hide himself. But that talk meant a lot to him, so we took a long rest. And then Annabelle told Momo about the potion. And then Scam said about the armor and the hammer that there's adamantine in it, so we could sell it. But as far as the weapon and armor was concerned, like, it's busted, so we can't do much with it. And then we went to the slums, which is where all the creepy crawlies are.
Yeah. So we brought Zutzag Bronzai with us because we figured, hey, he's a fella who's really good with, like, just wisdom-based skills like survival, perception. Also, he's really good at being sneaky.
Sneaky.
So we brought him with the sneaky.
Sneak.
So at first we decided to be a bit more stealthful when we proceeded through the slums. We found there was a temple there, there was a portrait or just an art gallery there, there was a massive tenement building there, which was multiple stories. And we decided we split the party into, but not like split the party, just like, you know, organized by base. We had a few people go on the lower levels, we had a few people who were on the rooftops. And as we were exploring, we heard some voices, which were like like some mutterings, and we found a collar of darkness, which I will share for you in call this
That sounds
fucking
hot.
thing. And long story short, a collar of darkness is basically like the remains of creatures who have died a seriously violent death, and their restless spirits are kind of like morphed into one, basically. They're a creature of despair, in other words. So that was fun. So we were fighting the Collar of Darkness. They were a conglomerate of dwarven souls in this case. And one of the things that they specifically said was, "What has it not taken from us already?" Which is a surprise tool that will help you. Yeah. Anyways,
There are many surprise tools I am learning.
yes. So after we killed it, we went into the tenement building to see what else we could find about, what may have caused the souls so much suffering. The tenements were very spacious, but they were taken up by a bunch of iron coffins. There was it was basically a puzzle. All the coffins had some moving liquid in them. There were a bunch of names, supposedly of knights or of the king himself. I can't remember exactly how it was that we solved the puzzle, but it said, on the door it said, "The king and his aide were all false before. If that be the case, let my chambers only be open for false knights." So we had this whole, he is the liar, no, he is the liar sort of puzzle, and we solved that. So when we unlocked the door, what was it? We unlocked the door, and we came to, I believe it was, I think we came to a set of stairs, and we went down to the basement where there was this huge iron door. We did our best to unlock it the best we could because there were boards covering it, there were chains, and of course it was just locked. There was a sentry made to look over who was coming into the general area, and so we were like, fuck that. So we decided to head down this hole instead, so that maybe we could have an element of surprise. And didn't exactly work well, because we ended up coming into contact with this wraith who was the spirit of Von Tharm, who I believe was
He's the architect.
The architect, thank you. And he was wielding an ancient sword called Angel's Bane. So we defeated him, Von Tharm, and Raxidal. Actually, why don't you take over for this part?
So, apparently Alex has been trying to plant magic items for Rax for a while, but because we never looted anywhere, he never got any of them. So, Angel's Bane is a great sword, which, when Rax picked it up, spoke to him telepathically, and revealed that he was made by Von Tharm with the intention of killing King Ragmar, who is the Dwarven King, once and for all. So Raxidal was like, well, can I wield you? And Angel's Bane said, you can wield me on the condition that I kill King Ragmar. And if we don't do that, we're going to have problems. So I thought about it because I'd have to give up my shield to do so. Because Greatsword you have to use with two hands. And then eventually I agreed because I really need a magic weapon. And also it's just nice to have a little talking buddy, because they're cute.
Fun thing about about possessed weapons, I don't think they're possessed weapons, but I'm going to call them possessed because I don't know how else to refer to them. They have personalities, and if you please them and adhere to their wishes, they will give you very cool powers. And if you don't, some of them will really piss you off. Like this one, where if you don't act according to its wishes, it would deal damage to you, I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not killing the guy!
So, the sword gives me advantage, I believe, on Celestials and Fiends. But if I do not act like the sword wants me to, it will give me disadvantage instead.
That's it. Thank you.
So, then we just chilled in the apartment. We looked around a bit more. Oh, and then we have this, dragon statue that we were looking at.
We looted something from Von Tharm, I believe. There were a couple items.
Yeah.
Some specs, which is a surprise tool. Anyways, the statuette and some other stuff I can't remember.
Oh, and then we got chased We had that creepy thing at the door.
Right.
I smell you.
Not salad fingers.
Yeah. So Momo drew the vision card, and vision, basically you ask a question and you basically get a sort of yes or no answer. So I think it's like a something or woe. I don't know the opposite.
Wheel or woe.
Wheel woe. So we got Momo asked, should we fight it? We got woe, so we ran away. And yeah, I think we escaped. And then there was a load of like eggs everywhere because insects. Disgusting.
Oh, this was the best session.
Oh yeah. So I think we went to ring the bell. I think we went to ring the bell. Maybe we rang the bell next session.
No,
we
I
rang
think
the bell at some point.
We rang it this time.
We did. Okay, so we rang the bell, and basically we got this constant buzzing in our head, which wasn't the best. And then we went to this temple, where we found this massive spider eating something, which we think was a pickled dwarf in the end. So we go to the gallery, and we hear this, like, but we don't hear, we smell it. We hear the stench. But there's, like, basically these sort of, like, purple rotted fruits everywhere. And then Momo changed the scent of one of them, and suddenly the spiders start crawling to us, and we realize that they're a repellent. And then we suddenly hear this voice in Sylvan, and we find a load of paintings, and one of them is Lost in the Mists, and it has a woman in it with these elven features, and she's holding a cup of tea, and she suddenly starts talking to Malifane.
So Malifane communicates with this woman, who, for the time being, we'll just call the Lady of the Mists. And she's like, you know, I'm not exactly I'm not really a painting. I've just been trapped in one. I was sent here to act as a diplomat, and I was set up by some fuckhead, and obviously not her actual words. I'm just, you know what I mean. I was set up by some fuckhead. Guess it was a mind flayer. And he showed me around the gallery, and now I am here. Fun. And when we asked what the mind flayer looked like, it fit the exact description of the mind flayer who has been playing us for fools.
I was going to say, of our good old friend.
Yep.
Yay!
So we asked her, you know, like, what can we do to help you? And she...
How can we help?
Pretty much. And she was like, well, unless there is a willing form that can take my place, I will be trapped here.
Oh god, I heard about this. Please continue.
So,
yes.
As soon as she said that, Raxel drew the Lost card, which teleported in somewhere random. And
Fun
it teleported
fact for
in...
those of you who are new to Internet Remix, that used to teleport you to a different stream. That doesn't happen anymore.
Also, speaking of Internet Remix, donate bits today and donate to Team Fallen.
Oh
god, you're so
technically
correct.
That. Please donate to Team Fallen. We still
Juno,
have
Juno, since you haven't spoken in a while, what is happening right now with Internet Remix?
Camp Streamix is happening right now.
What is Camp Streamix?
Camp Streamix is the thing that we do in which we collect the points. And, you know, try to get some sticker or another that's covered in glitter and, you know, colorful feathers from, like, Michaels or whatever.
I like how this is simultaneous. Okay, but they are from Michaels. Like, the writing team did agree that they were from Michaels. So
I didn't know that. That's wonderful.
that's from like forever ago. I know they're not real feathers. Like I know that they're like God. It was forever ago. No, yeah.
I never heard of that. That's wonderful.
The stream stick is 100% just put together by like Elmer's glue, and it's really funny.
That's amazing.
Anyways, feathers from Michaels. So, like, you know, the winning team gets to give the stream stick to Darby because he's sad.
Because he's sad.
He deserves it.
He does his best. He does his best.
Donate to Team Fallen so we can be Darby's best friend.
That's it. That's the plot this year. Everybody trying to be Darby's best friend.
That's the plot this year. Or donate to Team Rainbow if you want Darby to be his own best friend.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
So, you can always donate at any time on our Ko-fi. Just say what team it's for. We also have fan competitions, so those are neat.
Yeah, those are neat.
Ta-da!
Do them.
So, Rexstar went to the sculpture wing of the museum, and there were 4 statues there, one of which was Angel's Bane, which was cute. And so what we found out after the stream is that one of the statues in the sculpture wing was called the Volunteer Parishioner, which was a person prostrated on their knees. What we were supposed to do is take that statue, put it in front of the painting, and that would have been enough to switch her out.
We didn't do that.
Yes!
You did not do that.
What we actually did is Momo decided to go...
No. First, something very important happened first. Something very important.
What? The Fiend?
Yes.
So, Malafine drew the Fiend, which summons the screaming, flailing octopus.
Flaming octopus, yes. My favorite card.
And
Don't ask why.
Raxadal was so angry that everybody was just like, oh yeah, that's a thing, that he killed the octopus.
Well, I guess there's no more giant flaming octopus.
God. So, Momo's
Does it
big
come back?
brain plan was to cast tongues on the spider so we could understand the spider, then cast Gias on it to convince it to go to the painting and switch it for that. We had to cast Gias twice, but it worked. I don't think Alex could breathe for 10 minutes. So yeah, she was like, we switched her out. She was like, I'm surprised that worked. She admitted that the fruit that was around the place was proboscis fruit, which is native to the Feywild, and it's like a smelling salt kind of thing. And then apparently she said that like Rankar was mentioning how he had some acquaintances who hated the Fey, and we realized, that might be us.
That might be some of us. And Malafane died inside that day.
And then, because we'd rang the bell, we had to go sort out what else was there, i.e. Zunkira. So we go into these tunnels, and we suddenly hear like this load of overwhelming buzzing in our head. We had to roll intelligence checks, or saves, and I failed, Corellian failed, Zuxak failed, and we saw a person who meant a lot to us. So Corellian saw Hespera, Raxdal saw her sister, and Zuxag saw Snalgu. And they all told them, what are you doing here? Turn back.
Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you.
It is important to mention that Corellian rolled a nat 1 in this circumstance, which will explain some stuff later.
So, sorry, my internet blipped. So basically, Corellian instantly agrees that, yeah, what are we doing here? We should go back. And then Rax says to Artemis, well, no, we shouldn't go back. And Artemis taunts him, saying, you were always a fighter first and a father second. And Corellian's just like, come on, guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Rax sort of weakens himself and says, yeah, you're right. Well, not you're right, but kind of like, okay, if this means so much to you, then I'll go back. And Corellian's like, come on, guys, let's go. And obviously Momo and Malafane are like, why should we go? What are you talking about? And then there's something appears in the distance, and it's this, like, it's it's like a necro bear thing, but it has Ariste's voice. And he's disappointed, he's wrathful, and then Zunkira appears.
Yeah. And this is where half the party gets killed. But it's okay, they got better.
So, we had a really, really cool fight, probably one of my favorites. Momo got killed, Malafane got killed, Corellian got knocked out, Zuxag got the killing blow. We managed to just about save Corellian. Corellian just saved Momo, Momo just saved Mal. And we got a load of really nice dash, a load of really good potions. We had to drag Zunkira's corpse back with us because we thought, Annabelle like this early birthday present. And then Raxadal draws the card called the joke. So he has to tell a joke to chat, and he goes, what do you call a fish in a bow tie? Sophisticated.
Hey.
Oh my god.
And then during the fight, because Rax was so alarmed that Malafane had died, when he got revived, he called him son for the first time.
Oh.
So they had a talk, and Raxdal took his mask off for him, and Malifane asked, "Why are you still with us? Like, after everything you found out in the, what's the word?
During let's just say
The summit thing.
yeah,
The big group meeting.
tribunal.
Tribunal, that was it. So, after everything you found out, why are you still here?" And Raxdal said, "Well, I wasn't there when you did that stuff. I can't judge, but I know that you all had your reasons, and you've always had good intentions." And he revealed that the reason he always says, like, people have their reasons for doing things is that his wife had passed away after she gave birth to their kids, and when he tried to pay to have her revived, her soul wouldn't come back because she was always like sick in her life, so she didn't want to be a burden to her children, so she refused to be revived.
Oh.
Yeah. And Rex basically said that he and Artemis never took that well. Artemis has never really gotten over it, but Raxdal, over time, accepted that she had good intentions, and maybe he'll never understand them properly, but it was her choice to make.
Sorry
And
to
then,
interrupt, but
okay.
we missed a bits donation, so thank you, Sleepy, for the 2,000 bits.
Thank you, Sleepy.
Thank you, Sleepy.
Thank you, Sleepy.
Oh my God, Sleepy, you're my best friend. You've let us have one crumb tonight.
One crumb.
Scott, do you want to boy this crumb in too?
Yes, please.
Not to stop you guys, but like, I do want to ask, because my arm is starting to hurt, and because this is technically a canceled stream in the first place. After you guys are done following up, do you just want to end stream there? Just because we wouldn't really have.
Well, we're literally almost done.
Okay.
If you want to end it.
Yeah, it's just that my arm is starting to hurt, and I don't know if I'll be able
fair.
to keep drawing after this. So.
Well, we can carry it on to just 2 hours and then finish it there.
Yeah, let's carry on to. That was my thing. I thought we were going to hit 2 hours. So
fair enough. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So they had that talk. Rex said, "You remind me a bit of my kids, Malifane, because one of my twins is very passionate, but the other one is wise above her years." And then he said, "Listen, when all's said and done, if you and your wife need somewhere to go, I'll help you get to King's March." Which was cute.
Aww.
And then Corellian talked to the Lady of the Mist, and Lady of the Mist agreed to stay. And then Corellian's just mad. You know, he was like, because even though he rolled the nat 1 and everything, it was like, he still agreed that they should have gone back. And he was so annoyed that everyone, like, you know, disagreed, and then half the people got killed. And, you know, he's going through a lot.
Yeah,
Angry.
He communicated that with Mal, and Mal kind of just like let him vent, or let them vent. I keep forgetting to use they/them pronouns. Or is it he/they?
It's he/they, I think.
He/they.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I'm not fucking up.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, he vented, and then he was like, "Just get out of my office. I need a moment." And Mal was like, "Yeah, that's fun. That's cool. Whatever. We'll make it easier for you." Just like, fuck you.
Yeah. And then Mal has also joined the Glasses Club because he's got some eyes of minute seeing.
Glasses!
Or minute seeing, even.
I like to think he has contacts.
God, can I just say, bro, this Raxadal's hot.
I thought he was supposed to be. I'm sorry, I did it on purpose.
No, he is. Here's the thing about Raxadal, and you followed suit, which I'm really happy about, is that every single time someone draws him, they draw him with a really nice chin. And I think that's because I commissioned Steele to draw him a while. Well, I didn't commission him, but I won this like competition thing to get like a little reference thing. The glasses. But I won this little competition in one of the servers we're in. But I didn't win it, but I came second, and that got me like a, you know, simple commission thingy. So I did like the original Raxadal, and Steele drew him with this really nice chin, And I think because I keep passing that reference off, that everyone draws him with a really nice chin.
I didn't look at that reference. I just looked at the one that you gave me just now. I just thought he had a nice chin. Like, he just seems like the kind of person who would.
I think the initial one I drew him with a bit of a nice chin. Here, let me find the picture.
Alright, while you do that, I will be right back. I need to refill my water.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okie dokie.
There it is. No, that's not it. Well, it is it, but that's not what I wanted to click. There you are, my darling.
Oh, my darling.
There you go.
Do you care if I put it on stream?
Oh, go ahead. Zoom into that chin.
Good. Ah, steel art. God.
Yes.
Love me some
He's
steel
got that
art.
chin.
He got that chin, though.
The tasty steel art right there.
God. Juno, I believe, Juno, you were the very first person who was not me who drew Raxadal.
Huh, nice.
Because I think it was the Truth or Dare thing, and some of the artists in that Truth or Dare did like little quick drawing things. And at the time, Working Week had just come out, so I just said to you, I dare you to draw Loki with Raxadal.
Huh, nice.
Rax on Rax on Rax.
Rex on Rag. Look at his hair! Just look at that little glow dodge thing!
I love it when people use glow dodge. Also, I need to close Scotoon Network. Do not save.
But yeah, basically, I think it was Annabelle who looked at Zunkira's corpse and said, Zunkira's not of terrestrial origin, like she's come from somewhere else. And I think this session we were supposed to decide, like, where we were supposed to go next, but then Internet Gate happened, so now we're here instead.
God dang Internet Gate.
So you could say that Rax is the Crimson Chin?
Wrong! Dun dun dun!
God. Yeah, the thing with Rax calling Malophane's son is I was thinking about it, but then it's like, right at the beginning I was like, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to take it in like a father-son kind of dynamic, because Malophane's, like 27, I didn't want to seem like I was patronizing him. So I kind of started it, whereas Rax, in like one of the first few sessions, Rax still asked Malophane, are you in some form of knighthood because your skills are really impressive? So he's always like respected Malophane as an adult. Like, he's never babied him, he's never like run to protect him, he's let Malophane do his own thing, but he also recognizes that this is a man who's struggling and he wants to help him. And also, his wife's just fucking crazy. Like, the few interactions Rax has had with Quintess have not been good interactions.
Sometimes it just happens like that,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Do I want to burn this? That's interesting. No, we do not want to burn this. We want to dodge it.
Is this your wife? The wife has a name?
Everyone's so washed out. I need to fix that. Sorry,
Oh no, you're fine. So, what about you? Chat, what is your favourite thing that's happened in Fallen Empires? I think one of my favourite things was the final conversation that Trevlon had with Corellian. Because that was so emotional, and I'm like, yes!
I'd say that the thing that got me watching more regularly, because I was already watching every other stream or so, like, you guys would know that because I'd be in chat, but like, what got me watching more regularly was actually, I believe it was session like 70 or something, but it was whichever one where the oil rig blew up.
Oh yeah.
And like that episode, like, I was sitting down and I sat down and listened to it attentively with Jordan. We were just in call in the sound lounge, like, just listening, and we were both like commentating on it, like, oh god, oh jeez, and like that, just due to the sentiment alone, if nothing else, like, I wouldn't be listening to Fallen Empires as regularly, or even know what's going on to the extent where you can explain it to me, without that. I also like
I
when
might.
the Githyanki ships show the fuck that entire like
Yeah.
3 sessions. I'm sorry.
Oh god. That
Into
was
the
time.
Unknown, the mini-series.
God. Actually, I think one of my favorite moments, which made me respect Alex as a DM even more, was Rankol's reveal. Of old Rand's big Rankol reveal. Because I was with Phil at the time, so I was just sat next to him whilst we were playing the game. And I was there I wasn't there for 2 weeks, but I went home and then came back the next week and was just watching. And I literally came back just so I could sit with Phil to watch the session, because I was just like, God, I'm into this now. Because I'd missed I think about 20 sessions by that point. So I was like, that helped me get back into it. But my favorite thing was after the reveal, when those people on the banister who had the nooses around their necks, he made them jump. Because I thought it was going to be a cop-out of just like, yep, I've got what I need from you guys, just whatever. But he literally killed them. And I thought, that's really established your main villain here. Like, your main villain has no fear, no remorse. That is incredible.
I mean, that's a mind flayer for you. Like, he was intelligent, cunning as fuck. He had no mercy. He knew how to play his target for a fiddle, and he carried out with it.
And that's hella cool.
And he wears slippers.
God, that man can get away with wearing those fucking slippers.
I could see this art being in a visual novel or something.
I'm glad.
Hey Juno, does the king wear slippers?
No.
What does the king wear to bed?
The king does not sleep.
But if he did sleep,
he would sleep naked.
Fair enough.
Well, not naked, in his underwear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he does not sleep for reasons.
Oh,
I see.
Reasons.
I think half of the Curse Throne cast don't sleep for reasons.
Doesn't Denzel just canonically not sleep?
Denzel canonically does not sleep or eat.
Every time we've asked him, he's like, I'm fueled by justice.
He's fueled by justice.
Sleepy says that their favorite scene is the Malon Momo archery scene.
Oh, that's also good.
Yeah, I remember that. One word. Apples.
Apples?
No joke. That scene alone got me into, eating fruit on a regular basis. As silly as that sounds.
Hey, sometimes it just happens like that.
Yeah, seriously.
No, that's true. There's such a long time, chat, where because we do video calls and Scott hasn't been in them recently, but when he would have apples and he'd always be eating them.
So the reason that I haven't been in them recently is because my room does not have a desk which I can prop my laptop on. You would currently see me sitting down on the floor, and the angle at which you would see me is very awkward, and I'm not comfortable with that.
That's fair. I understand that. Sometimes, because I don't have a setup either. I'm on my couch a lot of the time. I'm either on my couch or I'm upstairs on a bed. But I don't have anything to balance it, so I look a bit awkward. But the past 2 sessions, I've had to turn the camera off because my laptop would overheat, and then we'd be on Foundry, and then I'd be on the camera, so I'd have to switch something off to cool it off. Yeah. Right, what else? Piper says, my favourite moments were the wedding and Scam and Ari's speech right before we started going to Rankol's lair. Scam's speech was so good. Scam, I was supposed to be, for that whole big talk thing, I was supposed to be the mediator, but I think Xander could tell, Rax had no idea what was happening, so he, took over for a lot of it. And I was like, God, you're good.
Don't talk, period.
Yeah. Don't ask questions. And then Fabregas' return was brilliant.
Oh, Dav's return was neat.
Oh, yes, yes.
Fabregas stole my frog!
He did. Your frog didn't want to be there. Your frog was...
Yeah.
Your frog was miserable.
To be fair, I called him Monkey, so...
Yeah.
R.I.P. Grump and R.I.P. Monkey.
Grump and Grumpy.
Grunky.
Grunky.
Grooky.
There's one scene that actually melted my heart more than others. It's when Momo discovered that he's not the last Aarakocra in Irion anymore.
Oh, yeah!
Ooh. What about the 100th episode, the portrait scenes?
Ooh, those were good.
I cried like a bitch.
Momo's talk with Arias, that was so good.
I think
I
we're
like-
done. Sorry, continue.
Let me see. Oh, look at those babies. I really like the scene where, I liked, Corellian's one just because of the music switch. I think it was really nice.
Listen, Icarus will never not make me sad. It's a good track. I love Momo's theme.
Ah, Momo the duck.
Momo's going out to get some Cajun sushi.
Ducky Momo.
Also,
Ducky
just-
Momo!
I still have that illustration. I still have that shit post you made, Juno.
Wait. Of what?
Do you remember you drew Rubber Ducky Momo?
I vaguely remember this.
Hang on,
Oh
I
my
have
God.
it.
I was making a Phineas and Ferb reference, but I'm down for this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I know you know, Juno. I was just saying. It's like-
I don't watch Phineas and Ferb, but I will find the sketch. Hold on one moment. And just to be selfish for a moment, I still enjoyed role-playing off of Alex, just with the whole talking with Azalea scene. I really enjoyed just being casual with Mom.
Oh, yeah. Actually, one of my favorite moments was when Malphite and Eskel split.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Alex has Eskel down to a T.
God, I wrote that out, and I told him, like, follow the script if you can, but if you want to improv, go nuts, and, like, that came out so well.
Awesome. Thank you for the raid.
Ooh.
Hi,
Oh,
guys.
we're being
Thanks
rated.
for the raid. Hello.
Yeah. How was whatever session you were doing tonight going?
Also, there's the sketch in call. I think it's a two.
Let me see.
I think this was the City of Shimmering Lights.
I remember this.
Also, I always liked, what the hell does Quintessa see in you? We are dating the same woman! Irrelevant! Oh yeah, my buddies at Final Boss Fight are playing Mass Effect.
Very nice.
I need to play it. I think they're playing Are you playing Mass Effect 2 or just the first Mass Effect? Big shrug. But I haven't seen much of Mass Effect 1, but I've seen a lot of Mass Effects 2 and 3.
Hey, Queen. Report
What?
to the ship immediately. We'll bang, okay?
Well, dang, okay.
That is such an old meme, but I will never not laugh at it.
Oh god. Sleepy, fun fact about Lady from Mart is that I just finished a campaign. It was another space campaign where we had someone similar to Lady from Mart. It was the Gifter. It was one of those, like, you make a wish and then there's consequences to it. So, me going out of that and going straight into a new campaign with this woman who I really didn't know much about besides the split thing. I didn't realize she was coming back. I cried the first time she showed up because I was like, I don't want to do this again.
I can't. Not again. I'm not strong enough.
I will see any girl I want, but I won't see her.
Won't see her. Time
God.
to chat.
Mass Effect 2 is the best. Thane's in it. Thane's one of my favorites.
Thane is good.
Thane is so good. He's got a nice voice. I've got nothing to tell you. Poosh. How about goodbye?
I should go.
Actually, the reason I got into Mass Effect is because I saw one of those compilations, and it's like, I think it was like the top 10 most savage characters, and number 10 was Renegade Shepard, and that clip of him going, how about goodbye, got me into watching like all the Renegade choices in Mass Effect 2, which got me into the game.
Hang on, I need to share my favorite meat. Okay, I don't play Mass Effect. I've never played Mass Effect, but there's one meme that I absolutely love from it. The I should go meme. Have you seen this one?
No, show me it.
Hang on one second. Like, open the image.
No, I agree. I like the ending of Mass Effect 3. I think from my end, because I never played the Mass Effect games, I have a disconnect, so I can see why people were annoyed. Also, the DLC was amazing. They were all just on shore leave and they're having a good time. Oh my god. Hey, have a medicament. Look at his eyes!
Yeah. My friend Hunter had that as his profile picture for like a year and a half to 2 years.
I should go. I should go.
I should go. I should go. I should go. I should go.
This looks like that facial expression looks like a freaking Gmod animation.
It does. It really does.
My boy look here looks like he's about to go. I am Penis Cupcake. I will eat you.
Oh my god.
Got the fear. I should go. I should go.
I should go.
I should go.
I should go. Sorry.
Is it wrong that I want us to, like, on one of the servers, just change all our names to I should go and confuse the ever-loving shit out of
Maybe we
Kristen?
could do it. Oh, Kristen, you said one of the servers. You know it would only work on one server specifically. Kristen, you want to confuse.
Someone.
Which, really, we know what we change our names back to. It's not like it would cause that much.
Alright. I mean, pick a server, and just to change our names to.
It would be between this one or... Because a lot of the other ones are too big. It would be between this one and DnP server.
Here, I've started. Here, join me, Scott.
Which server?
Gimp.
So I was like, I like being called Eddie in this server. Thanks.
We have to change it to exactly the same phrasing.
God. So, chat, as a quick context, I have a friend called Jan who might be watching if you are, but I showed Jan every art portrait thing of everyone in IR and said, I want you to guess what they do in IR and what their names are. The results were amazing. In fact, let me find the list real quick.
Wait, Queen, before you do...
Go on.
If you're okay with it, are you okay? I don't think I can in the server, never mind.
No, don't. I'm saying, Queen,
Yeah.
just change it. Change it.
What do you mean change it?
Everybody made themselves I should go.
Oh, I should go.
But
Okay.
change it to exactly the same way we changed it to.
Yeah, sure. I should go. Don't tell Kristen. But yeah, I'll find the list and we can end it on. Okay. Here we go. My friend guesses IR members. So
Oh.
I won't go off on the names, but basically, so according to my best friend Jan, Alex is Mikey, Atwis is Ross.
Oh, that's why his name is Alex in the server. Okay.
Yeah. Bro Dingles is Eddie. Cammy is Daisy. Chi-Chi is Amelia. Darby's Jim, which he then elongated to Jimothy. He said about Toomwolf, he's very edgy, so he'd probably be called Drake. Kristen's Claire.
Claire, okay.
Invidibit's Leah. Jojo's Tony. Juno's Kane. Jordan is Kenny. Phil is Javier.
Javert?
Javier.
Javier?
Javier.
Yeah. Javier. Radix is Quentin, and then he went, man, I should have just said Javier because Radix. Scott, you're Robbie.
Spell that?
Robbie.
Like Robbie Rotten?
Shiner is Sandra, short for Alexandra. Split is Kuroshiro.
You know,
Tex is,
black, white. Sorry.
Tex is I think it's Pisa or Pisa, but Pisa.
Pizza?
Hey, paisanos!
It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
He correctly guessed that Tom was a mod for the server, and then called him Berthold.
What?
Uprising's Marie. Xander is Dave.
Dave.
Queen is just me because he knows who I am. Adric is Karen.
Karen.
Anne is Amelia, and Carl is Faye. And then I showed him Billy, and he said about Billy, he's the useless bisexual of the group who's kind of like the mascot of the server. And
Well,
he was
half
stuck.
right.
He was stuck
half
between
right.
calling him. He was stuck between calling him Keith or Darren.
Keith.
Oh, Keith,
Keith.
absolutely Keith.
Yes, that's the one you did. God.
Wait, I guess I've been diagnosed with Keith.
I've been diagnosed with bisexual.
I've been diagnosed with bisexual.
God.
I think on that note,
I think that's a good note to end on.
I think I should baritone go.
Okay,
I'm gonna queen creep away.
I'm gonna. Bye.
I love you. Oh, wait.
I'm waiting. I'm hovering, but I'm waiting.
So tomorrow is Danganronpa. Thursday.
Wednesday
is...
as well.
Wednesday is a Derby stream.
Wednesday's Darby's problem.
Thursday is that Space Game?
It's Space
Game,
Game.
yeah.
Space Game.
Friday is most likely never going home. Because unless it's most likely never going home, we will keep you updated if it's not.
It normally is.
It normally is, like for the past month and a half. The usual scene. And Sunday's a Kristen problem, so.
Hey.
Sunday is another one of those murder god fever dreams.
God, it might be. Who knows?
Probably. Yeah.
All right.
So that's our week.
That's
now
our week.
We can go.
Now we can go. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Had a good time. Finally caught up on what's going on Fallen Empire, so I can actually, like, next week sit in and not go, yes, this makes sense. Anyway. Have a good time, y'all. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.
Love y'all.